It's showtime. Well, anyway, hey, look, I was about to go on this big riff about Steve's rumors, but he's on time to the second. How are you, man?
How you doing, man?
Hanging in there.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, man. Because I don't know, Walker's had today off, and all of next week is spring break. So
okay. He's got another week, so
he's got a big 10 days of doing nothing.
Okay.
He's honing in on, he's putting acrylic floor wax on the outside of his Nova Core helmet that he made.
Nice.
Yeah, did I tell you that whole thing when I was doing the rollerball helmet about the? I don't know if you. I used to do models like insane in the old days, like how you were watching B movies all the time.
I've seen some in boxes actually.
Yeah. So the big deal for putting a nice shine on the outside of something that needed to be shiny was future floor wax.
Oh, interesting.
Floor polish. But around 1978, 79 or so, it was revealed to be responsible for all bad things in the world.
I'm sure. So can you still get it? And then what do you do it outside?
So you have an acrylic based version now of the same thing, and it's under tons of different names. But you Google acrylic floor wax, and that'll be just fine for dumping on your helmet purposes.
Nice. I'm sure like the next thing is like lawsuit. If you would like to start a like the lawyer promotion stuff.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, so that's what he's doing today, and it looks great. He gets kind of excited. Oh my God, I think I see Mark Espinoza.
Look at this. Look at this.
Coming?
I don't know. I'll let him. Do we let him put himself on the stage?
There you go.
Hey, what's up, man?
Mark.
Don't put me in the room. I'll put myself in the
room. We quickly debated the ethics of it, and my finger acted before I could really think through the ramifications. So I apologize.
Well, it's funny because I was still trying to get my sound to work. So I was like, oh God, don't do it.
Well, see, that was selfish of me because that was the reaction I wanted. Nice. Sorry about that. Anyway.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What did I miss? Avengers, Doomsday, Spider-Man.
I'm super happy to see you. You were like, oh, I might get there late.
It all worked out. It all worked out, baby.
You walked them off the ledge. That's all you had to do. I knew it.
Yeah.
Well, I've got the LaCroix Raz Cranberry.
Oh, delicious.
Not to be confused with the black raspberry.
Oh, interesting.
Which is spelled with 2 Z's. Which is really good too. Anyway.
Huh.
Well, what do you want?
Usually my 2 Z's happen when I'm at night. I'm sorry. Take that. Go back. Cut that out. Re-edit. I'll do it again live.
Well, so do we jump right into the Doomsday stuff?
Or yes, please.
Well, hold on. Okay. I have another topic that I do want to bring up, and we'll bring it up at the end. But I just wanted to stew in the background of your heads for a bit while we're talking about the Avengers. Okay. And there's more gone. Okay. Remember I mentioned, I watched The Accountant the other night, and I was like, probably one of the best movies in the past 10 years.
Agreed.
So just in your head, if you can, like the past 10 years, just try to think of like the 5 best movies you've seen. I tried to, I'm stuck at like 3 because I have so many, but I want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about that now. I want you guys to tell me everything I need to know about the Avengers stuff.
Can I just ask a procedural question?
Yes.
Is it the last 10 years that you sort of figure like is 12 years going to be like obviated? Because I kind of don't have an idea because of the coronavirus. Like everything kind of seems like 5 years ago to me, but that's getting to be about like 15 is the outside of.
Well, let me see. I'm going to do that.
How many of these episodes have we done so far? Like 800?
This is 56.
I will say it tickles me, Larry, that you always call it the coronavirus. Like you give it like the proper name every time.
All right. Here's the perspective. I'll give you this perspective if you can. Star Wars Force Awakens came out in 2015. That's 10 years ago.
Okay.
If that can even Christmas I know. I can't
even do that.
I can't even. Yeah. Okay. But yes, before pre COVID, post-COVID, however you want to work it. But anyway, whatever, skip that. But again, I would
Keep
want
that
to
in the
stew in
back of
your
your
brain, back of your head.
I just have Inception, and no more after that.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
Inception. But anyway,
Hundreds of beavers.
Hundreds of beavers.
Some
Okay.
viewers, yeah.
All right. I
No
guess we'll start.
objections.
Let's start with this because we normally have people trek in that'll probably want to talk about the Avengers stuff.
Yeah,
So-
let's keep going with this. Yeah, let's not fool with
So I have The Accountant,
proper flow.
Fury Road,
Okay.
Fury
and
Road.
Into the Spider-Verse.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
That's
I
my
also
list.
on my list I have because I know I think we'll have different. I have The Northman, which I loved,
Oh yeah.
and then I also had Nobody, which I also
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody is. See, there were tons of movies like that I just loved, but I don't know if I like Zizou. I love that movie,
Right.
but I don't need
Yeah.
to watch that again.
right. I had the I
So
had
is
the
that in my top 5? It was fucking great, so memorable, historic that I
Right.
don't need to see it again.
right.
but-
And I had the Hellboy. I had the what's his name Hellboy, the Harbor
Harbor.
Hellboy,
Oh, nice.
and I'm like, but is that really is that really in my top 5? Like it,
Yeah.
anyway. I was
And-
just like, but it's crazy, dude. Like when you're done, like just spend a little bit and just try. I don't keep a list of the movies I watch. That's probably a bigger problem. But Mark, I know you do, and Larry, I'm sure you and Walker do. Like it'd be interesting. You just go back. Like Black Panther is in the past 10 years, if you really think about it. I think.
Yeah.
Like great. What year Black
Wow.
Panther come out?
This is exhausting.
I know.
Yeah, Black Panther.
Because all we did was watch awesome movies during the quarantine.
Yeah. Yeah.
The coronavirus?
Dude, Black Panther is 2018. So
Yeah.
Let's see. Trying to think, what have I? Oof. It's hard. I mean, it's hard to. I'm like, where do I even track that? Because I'm looking at movies that I've tracked this year, which is easy. But then, like, what did I watch last year?
Oh my god, I was having so much fun. I didn't even turn on the comments. Sagasag is here and Mark Finn. Hey folks.
Oh my god.
I love that. Mark is
mean-
awesome. I love that guy. I hope you read everything he writes on Facebook. And there's Timmy making fun of little Timmy Connolly, age 10 today in the copy at the bottom.
see, that's why my gut told me. I said let's not start with the Avengers stuff because I think we'll have some people like trickle in. But anyway, all right. So the people that
That's why you're a professional. Right?
the late arrivers, we were all just talking about. I just context. I
Movie,
watched
yeah.
The Accountant again, obviously with the new one coming out this next month, and I was like, I pinged Larry and Mark and was immediately like, I think this is one of the best 5 movies I've seen in the past 10 years, and then it stemmed my brain to say, okay, name the 5 your favorite 5 movies in the past 10 years, and so far, like my list is The Accountant, Fury Road, Into the Spider-Verse, which is insane because like I hate Spider-Man, so the fact that I like that movie that much is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I have Northman and Nobody. I had Hellboy kind of on the outside. Mark mentioned Thousands of Beavers.
Knives Out.
Knives, yeah, that's solid. Are you just going through your list?
Yes. Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was kind of a surprise that I liked more than I, was expecting to. Confess Fletch.
Oh man. I don't know if that's
Unexpected,
Uh,
but
oh,
great.
one of his is Logan, awesome film, but top 5. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
My objections to that film are on record. And I get to ignore it because of Deadpool Wolverine. So thanks very
There
much,
you
Ryan and Hugh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Under the Silver Lake. I saw that last year for the first time and really liked it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's hard, Steve. Why'd you do this to me?
Well, because I did it to myself. I'm like, and then I'm even like, okay,
Here's
I'm not
kind of
even
a wild card. Like, I really enjoyed Blade Runner 2049.
I same, and
I'm
I
gonna
was
put-
like,
I'm going to put that one in my top 5. And okay, so now I got Accountant, Inception, and What I just said? Jesus.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
Yeah, that boy band movie I like so much. No, of course. 2049. So, yeah, The Martian. That's a defensible one. Chris.
Yeah.
Is that 10 years?
Oh, I'm sure, right?
Oh, totally. Well, sorry, John Carter came out in 2012, so can't do that.
Yeah.
Ready Player One came out in 2018. That would be
Ready
okay.
Player One came out in 2018. That's nuts.
Mark's
I feel like
okay,
that's 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Arrival is a movie that I come back to that
I
still feel as much affection about the first time I saw it, even now.
What year did Sicario come out? Or Sicario, right? Is that how you say it? 2015. Yeah. Right under the right under the
line.
benchmark. Yeah. See, I like that movie too.
I know Baby Driver is a big movie for Walker. That was 2017.
I was just going to. Hey, Walker, can you hear me? What's your top 5 movies from the last 10 years? Starting with Baby Driver and possibly Uncharted.
Oh, actually, what year did that come out? Which Get the Gringo.
Ooh. American Fiction. Fall Guy. Ooh, American Fiction. I forget how much you like that one.
Yeah.
And then the other two in my normal top 5 are past 10 years.
Well, go ahead. Say.
State and Maine was really good.
Oh.
And I think Superbad.
State and Maine.
Oh, right on. He said State and Maine, but also Superbad. I think that falls with right?
Superbad?
Superbad was the first movie that I saw him go, okay, there's these things aren't made by Keebler elves, that there are actors that are saying lines that somebody has written down. And in this case, the guy who wrote it is the guy on screen. You kind of put all that together, and that was kind of fun to watch. And so that was
Seth
his
Rogen
movie for a while.
Yeah, Superbad is 07. Superbad is 07.
Seth Rogen got accosted by the letterbox people like they do, and they throw questions at people like Steve does. Name your top 4 movies, and they go, shit, like ever right now, like when I can always go back to. But he referenced Clueless as being one of his 4, and he said that his goal with making Superbad was to make a movie that he felt resonated like Clueless did for him. So kind of interesting. Kind of lines up with what Walker said. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. That movie kind of came out of nowhere that has dug a hole in my head.
Yes.
There's a in the chat it was mentioned Bloodfather, which is a great Mel Gibson film that came out, which is solid, but I go back, there's one that came out in 2012 called Get the Gringo. It is awesome.
Yeah, we saw that.
But then he does the other one with his Edge of Darkness. When did Edge of Darkness come out? Anyway, it's a wonder. Listen, it is a really great thought process to kind of think through all these movies that I'm also like, I haven't seen that in a while. And that was what I did with The Accountant. I was like, I know Larry's like the Accountant is awesome. That movie is awesome. Like there's nothing bad in that movie.
Actually knocks Judge Dredd out of the slot that Judge Dredd really should have.
What you mean,
Judge Dredd or Dredd?
Well, just Dredd, the one that crossed Earl Urban, the good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I want to say Dredd, but it's like no, not in the world that still has The Accountant in it. That movie's awesome. I love it.
Steve pulled that on me the other night. I told him I watched that Werewolves movie, which is like, COVID meets The Purge meets werewolves. And Steve was like, Wolfman or werewolves? And I was like, werewolves, dude. I was like, did I stutter?
No, it wasn't that. It's just there's so like I have I've been watching the new Nosferatu. I have a director's cut of the new Nosferatu, which is awesome. Yeah, it's crazy. It's not great, but it's good.
Yeah,
good.
It's
beautiful. And I have Wolfman, and I have Wolfman, the Benicio del Toro. So it cycles between those three movies and what was the Frankie Frico? So every time, that was the one I shared in the drive. The guys who did Psycho Gorman, and I love that movie. That's another one that was good. There's so many, man. Anyway, it's just like every time I think of one movie, I think of 10 movies, and I'm like, when did that come out in the past?
Larry, did you You saw Psycho Gorman, right? Or does that fall into a weird?
I
gory-
saw. I read all about it, and I saw all the trailers, and I feel
Oh,
like
dude,
I got the idea.
Yeah.
dude, Skull is Kong
Skull Island, yes,
Oh
man.
fuck.
I can
Right.
even. I'll underscore that one. Look
Yeah,
what I was just
no.
going to jump in. Look what was going on. Mark Finn says, "Once upon a time in
I
Hollywood."
love that movie
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. I bought the replica Hawaiian shirt. This one, Impossible to Follow. Yes. How do you make that movie better? Put Agent Carter in it. Absolutely. Then Guy Ritchie, whatever he did, Man from Uncle in that time.
Well, no, that's
yeah.
gentlemanly.
Oh, right.
Gentlemanly gentleman or whatever
That's
it's called.
the Guy Ritchie.
No
slot.
gentleman.
What? No
Yeah.
gentleman, right? Ungentlemanly gentleman.
That's the Peter North joke. Yeah, that's funny.
Anyway, what a like,
Yeah.
right? Like
That was
crazy.
awesome, you guys. I feel like everybody was in on that there for a second.
Yeah, it's Tarantino agreed. Hard to obvious to root for him, but every time I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, the ending is in the title, and it still surprises you when it happens. Like, it's a fairy tale. Oh, of course they're gonna kick the shit out of Manson and all his. Okay, awesome. It's like Inglourious Bastards.
What is it? Wait, Inglourious Bastards though. That's got to be more than 10 years old.
No, Marco was saying the same dreamlike.
I know what you.
Yes, everybody,
yes, for sure.
everybody wins in the end.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, when did Django come out? Django's more than 10 years old already.
Jesus,
that's sad.
I wouldn't pick that one.
Django. I love.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's high quality. It's just, yeah, man. It's just,
the topic is a little too.
It's just it doesn't entertain me. It makes me. I hate seeing movies that make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And yet I love, Curb Your Enthusiasm. If it's uncomfortable comedy, because Mimi thinks the same way about that show in particular that I think about stuff like Django.
You know what one I actually really liked, and now I'm not to go off on a Tarantino thing, but I did like Hateful Eight.
I love that movie,
which I think is pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
I love that just because of the guitar busting scene.
Oh yeah, and it's Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell with your, your spirit mustache animal, whatever you.
But you know the anecdote about that, right? That when they cut to what's her name?
Oh yeah, she's like, oh my god, because she knew it wasn't the.
She was so horrified because she knew that was the real guitar from the 1800s that the museum lent, and he thought it was a prop. So
oh shit,
her
that's right.
Again, look of horror is 100% like, oh my god, did I just witness? Anyway, I love that anecdote. Yeah. Tales from the Crew.
Also, all the Equalizer movies.
Okay,
I'm telling you, I'm gonna start compiling that list, like the Equalizer, Nobody,
like Old Man Kick Shit.
Yeah, what was there was the what's the guy who dies in the first Suicide Squad or second Suicide Squad? Joel Kinnaman, doesn't he do one where he's like he's deaf or something like that, and he
yes,
or like the Christmas one. Oh, dude, what about that Christmas movie with David Harbour? I love that movie too.
Here's what I agree with Mark when he brought up, well, what's your top 5 favorite movies of what kind? So like right now we could do the top 5 Christmas movies from the last 10 years.
Yeah,
because there were a spate of good ones. That was a typo. I just left the E off while I spoke. Anyway, sorry. Gran Torino. That's a great one.
So
top 5. Yeah, not going to take it anymore. Old men movies. Yeah. I mean, come on. We could. It's almost an article.
Violent Night, is that the Harbor one I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Okay. I just was like, I'm trying to mentally. I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch that. I got to write that down. So, all right. Well, enough of that. Doomsday? What do you want to talk about?
Where to begin?
Where do you begin?
I had it queued up. They didn't announce the full cast, but like they're trying to explain about Pratt being not available because he's doing season 2 of the Terminal List, which I thought was an awesome sentence right there and full of like 4 things I didn't know. That, okay, he's unavailable. I didn't know that. Anyway, season 2 of the Terminal List, which everybody sort of like poo-pooed that show. Like it was kind of generic, but I was like, yeah, but you can still be at top of the class of your middle of the road generic military thing, right? That's why
For sure. And is it?
What's the elevator pitch of that movie? Like I don't even that show. I don't even know what it's about.
Well, it's a book.
I don't even remember. It's like, but it was they were military guys that were like bummed out, and then people were after them, and it was because of something that happened in their backstory, and it was just paint by numbers, but so fucking like just what I needed at the time it came out. During the
if I remember,
I'm sorry to get in your head about that. I just thought it was. I thought it was a cute little.
I'm just
a cute little Piccadilly of yours.
Comedy callbacks.
I think if I remember correctly, he's playing a real Navy SEAL. So it got a little bad. I think the character that wrote the terminal list is who Chris Pratt's playing. I don't know. I feel like but it's a book. I'm pretty sure the guy's it's based on a novel or something like that. I remember seeing like the first 2 or 3 episodes or something like that. Right? It's Amazon. Is it Amazon?
Yeah. I don't know. All right. So not the full cast list of Doomsday. Clearly.
I don't think it is. And did you see the post stuff after we watched all the announcement? Did you see that Robert Downey Jr. came out and said it wasn't the whole cast?
Oh no. Okay, well, there you
go. No.
He alluded to it. I think he's
Oh, here we go. Of course, Walker Young knows what. Here we go. What am I trying to do? Show. Why is that not coming up? All right, whatever.
Here, what are you doing?
I was trying to get Walker's thing up. There we go. Chris Pratt lost the memory of all his friends being killed by their boss at some mission and came back an hour. Anyway. Yeah. And he finds out and goes after everybody.
There you go.
There you
go. But yeah, I think
Thank you, Walker.
If I remember correctly. Pun unintended, I assume.
Because the line Downey says is, that's what you call a deep bench of talent. And then he said, actually, it's more like a row, but an extra long one. That must be it, right? So there will be another row of cast people announced, is the assumption. But I think what you said, Mark, was this is their way to swan. What you say? What you said in our chat.
Good question. Oh yeah, I mean, it's clearly going to be pulling from the Secret Wars most recent Marvel storyline, where Marvel gets to kind of move forward and like demolish the Ultimate Universe, but then bring Miles Morales in because he does something good in the storyline. Squash storylines that are going nowhere. Like I doubt I don't know if this is just my example, but like I don't think the Eternals are going to make it into Phase 5. Like they're just going to be like, all right, you know what? We have a lot of loose ends from the last few batches of movies. Let's just cut those all off, and they'll make their one little universe. Then it'll expand out again.
Look what just came over the wire, gents.
Oh, who is that?
That's Marsden in the movie.
There you go.
Okay.
Got that from Harry Knowles just now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did he drop it?
Yeah.
I do the idea of Universe A fighting Universe B.
Oh my god, this is going to be so good.
Yeah,
but
the X-Men and their Avenger team versus the MCU and their Avenger team fighting for their universe to survive, and then Doom just creates an amalgamated world where all of them exist. I'm like, great. It's better than having this idea that the X-Men were always in the MCU. We just never saw them.
I agree. I think this, to your point, this is like we take all of the ones that we don't necessarily own, bring it in, clean it up, forget all the shit that we don't want to talk about, and just move forward.
Yeah, it's even funnier because CW DC already did it in the way that they had their Supergirl universe, they had their Flash universe. They had one thing that kind of melted them all together, and then afterwards it was like, what are you talking about? Supergirl, Flash, you guys have always been in the same universe. And they're like, huh?
I just love personally, I never care about that vampire bullshit. So I started to get kind of anti, like everybody loves Blade, and I'm like, I feel like I'm missing out. And now
still haven't watched Blade though.
But
right?
it got no. I saw the first one.
Okay.
So it gets to the point where the Marvel universe is so big that it's like, at any point, what are they supposed to fucking do? Go, oh yeah, and there was this vampire problem going on this whole time that we just haven't been able to address. Seems so unlikely, and now I might actually pay attention because I'm going to be in on how this goes, because obviously that's how you do it. Like the vampires were in with the 90s X-Men, right? It's okay.
They were in that universe.
If you buy, Patrick Stewart's still Professor X, well then fucking why not? Anyway, that's how.
And then the 50 people who are at like ground level when this happens will have the memory of the two universes, but like Johnny everybody will know.
In real life or in the show, right?
Yeah.
I just the craziest part for me is they didn't announce Cumberbatch, who they kind of indirectly make him like big king shit. I feel like at the end of like the Infinity War kind of thing, like Endgame, whatever you want to call it, like that time, like it's not a passing of the guard or a passing of the torch, but you're kind of like, they kind of passed it to him. And the fact that they didn't announce him seems weird to me. I don't know.
Here, I actually have a theory about that.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, remember Endgame and Infinity War and then Endgame were, two parts of the same giant thing, right?
Yes.
Now they're just doing that with Doomsday and whatever they end up, what is it, Battle Planet or
Battle Worlds, but I think
but it's Secret War.
Secret War, yeah.
Right. So maybe just all the people that we're not seeing now are all in that, Or they're the secondary, they're the B team in the first set, and then they're the A team in the second set, and then the last bit is that the worlds merge and we know who's Captain America now.
The cool part is if they actually go the route, which I think that I don't know if they will, but if they go the Battle World route, Mark, with that with the reissued Secret War, where like Strange is like Doom's like number one guy. Yeah. And he's like married to like Invisible Girl with like, and then like if they go that route, I think it's going to be I think that'd be pretty interesting for people. I just don't know if there's enough.
Look at that. That's why I love Mark's writing. That is a perfect sentence. It's so dense if you know the secret handshake. You know what I mean? That's just
hawk-eyed.
Yeah. Doctor Strange is hawk-eyed for the first movie, but not the second. It's like, Anyway, sorry. Love it. That's all. But I didn't mean to stop everything.
Oh,
no.
Yeah. That was the perfect way to say that's what's going on.
Yes, so I guess do you think we also have multiple Doctor Dooms? Do you think they do them? You think it's always going to be just the Robert Downey Jr. Doom?
I think what they're going to do is that we saw the Council of Kangs or whatever, where it was like every Kang, 3 different Kangs. I think Doom being Doom will probably have killed every other Doom in the multiverse. And he's the ultimate Doom. That's what I think.
Okay. Wouldn't it be cool if that, how Doom is related to Kang somehow in the time stream?
Yeah.
What if they just...
What if one of the Kangs is Doom?
Yeah.
And he's just like...
And he looks like Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Like, come on. We're watching comic movies, right? Let's fucking go.
I really... My dream is in Fantastic Four, the post-credit scene is Reed holding the body of dead Tom Cruise Iron Man and then walking through the portal into the new universe and saying Mark's line. Like, I want to take Mark's line and move it further into the next thing. But I think you could get Tom Cruise for $50 million to do 5 minutes in a Marvel movie. I don't think you're going to get him for I don't think you're getting him more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
No, I don't know. I meant I honestly don't know about how contractual stuff works, and I don't have an guess. I was just going to comment that he'll do it because that once you got that line in Deadpool Wolverine of like until you're 90,
Yeah.
like I think that applies to him as Iron Man as well. Like it's always going to be there if he wants to do it. Anyway,
Yeah.
It'd be smart.
that's a cool way to go to sleep at night, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
You don't love me now, but these guys love me forever. I mean, right on.
So Harry Knowles really dropped that a few minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, that's where I saw it on his Facebook.
Jesus. Okay.
And he says, "Oh dear God, yes."
I mean, and it's probably legit. So
yeah, unless that's a deleted scene from Deadpool Wolverine.
I imagine that is legit. Whatever it is showing, that looks like. Who cares? I want it to be legit. That's amazing. I love it.
Let's just say it will be legit. So that we'll just leave it at that. I'm seeing if it's in any of the other forum things that I'm in, and I don't see anything yet. But then again, they probably get pulled down. The only thing I saw this morning, not Doomsday related, is that a lot of people they're doing another test screening of the Superman.
Oh yeah,
and they said it's kind of funny, it's kind of serious, and a lot of like the big executives don't get it. That's what the rumor is. Like they're not understanding it.
Perfect.
And I'm like, I don't know what that means, but it's like it's not playing. I'm trying to let me see if I can word it the way they worded it.
Well, I mean, I think nowadays a comic book movie, the executives not getting it is probably a good sign that it is probably going to be a good movie.
Right. Probably.
That was the complex range of emotions I meant with my sigh. That like it's like, oh great, the executives don't get it, which means it is a good one, and then they'll fiddle with it until it turns into oatmeal, and then it just came out. Like, how many times has that happened with cool genre movies?
Oh, is that new?
Yeah.
Bradley
I mean,
Cooper,
like James Gunn just being like, listen, you gave me the DC universe to make it good. This is me making it good.
Yeah.
And you're going to come in and be like, Superman needs to be, I don't know, more brooding, less brooding. Like, just trust me that I have the tone right.
Yeah. Crypto. Second I saw that, I was like, just, okay, cool. Give me the movie.
Yeah.
You have proof to me you get it.
Did you, I just saw Bradley Cooper cast as Jor-El.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
I see that.
And I guess that's a gun guy, right? That's Rocket, so.
Oh, I was like a gun guy. I'm like, I guess.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in two ways more than one. So
I know he was really good at Wii, but I wouldn't really say it was a gun guy. Anyway.
Oh, Taken is 2008. I was like, when did Taken come out? That can't be 10 years. That's got to be longer than that. Anyway. Did you guys see the little quick teaser trailer for Alien Earth?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I didn't.
It's where like the one guy's in like the cockpit area, and the girl's like banging on the door, and she's like, let me in, and then the alien, and then he's typing into the machine. I'm assuming he's an android, is my assumption. But the only reason I bring it up is, what's the name of the crashing ship? I need a new hat, is what I'm getting at.
Oh Jesus. Good point.
I need something for like if you know you're aliens, you got to get me a cool hat. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything but the cool hat.
What's the ship that brings the aliens to Earth? That's gonna be great. The symbolism has to be perfect, I think.
But what is it?
The Mayflower.
No, it has to be something from a Joseph Conrad novel.
That's right.
Which is what all the ships are.
Larry, it'll come to Larry at 2 a.m. tonight, and then he'll post it on Facebook.
You lost me for like a long second. I was like, oh shit, now what?
Yeah, it's Tequila Sunrise or Tatooine Sunrise all over again.
No name, but I have cast.
Huh.
Yeah, no name yet.
I'm not sure I need to see aliens on Earth. I was good with AVP, which hilariously only I laughed at this yesterday. but Mimi was telling me this story about she was pretty hot about something at work, and she said something about something AVP. So it was the
Oh,
so you're like Alien versus Predator,
and I was like, I was all with her until like what. And she lost me for like a good second because I was like, oh no, that's something. Oh right, okay. Anyway, so you just said aliens on Earth, and I was like, oh yeah, like Aliens versus Predator. Oh yeah, AVP. I'm going to have to relay this story for the
it's funny.
future.
Yeah.
My brain immediately goes to AVP, Alien versus Predator, but it's probably like an assistant VP or something like that, or
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's the vice president,
Or like
associate video producer or something.
Yeah.
Knowing
Or
the
like
studios
the time card system ADP, and it's like, wait, ADP
with Lance Henriksen. What are you talking about here? All right, I wrote that down. Oh, you know what comes out today? The new the Jason Statham not beekeeper movie.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What's it called?
Not beekeeper. I don't know what's it called.
It's the Working Man.
Oh, working. Yeah, that's a working man. A working
So
man.
you guys know that's Chuck Dixon's Levon character. Chuck Dixon, the comic book guy
I know the name.
from the
Yes.
old days. Yeah, so he has this
Nightwing. Is he Nightwing?
yeah, probably. That era. That's good. That's you're better memory than I am, Steve.
Nightwing.
I think
Nightwing.
you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
right on.
But he's Birds of Prey, all that stuff. But
But it's sort of a Reacher light, and so they hope it's going to be a big thing. And yeah,
Levon Cade.
yes, please.
Cool. All
The
right.
Working Man.
Yeah.
You've seen the trailer for it. You know what? You've seen the trailer for it. You just assume it's scenes from the Beekeeper that you turned your head during. I was like, oh man, they're making. I was like, wait, didn't I see the Beekeeper?
Yes. Oh, this time he has a sledgehammer. Okay.
Right. It's this is the one that I think actually Stallone's directing it.
No. It says the
You
director
sure?
of Suicide Squad and the Beekeeper.
Oh, is it Ayers?
Yeah.
Is it? Wait, hold on. Now my brain's turning off. Hold on. A working man.
While
Careful.
Steve's brain has been turned off, we'd like to show you this thing of Cyclops, which has been 100% verified as being a real thing that Larry found on the internet. As you can see by the motion control capture dots all over his costume. That's like 100% verification that is something that looks real. All right, back to you, Steve.
Okay. It is directed by Ayers, but the main writers are Chuck Dixon and Stallone. And I'm sure Stallone's one of the producers on it.
Yeah, so
So
Academy Awards for everyone.
yeah.
One of the ambassadors of Hollywood.
Is he one of those? What does that
Who's
even mean?
Stallone? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, those guys.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I like the bad guy in it. That's pretty cool.
Who's the bad guy?
Jason, I think it's Jason Fleming, but he played Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen movie. That's the only movie I can immediately like. That's his face. I think he is. Oh my god,
Yeah.
watch he's not, and then I'm going to be like very upset with myself.
You stupid idiot.
This is like Steve live blogging what his brain does when he writes an article.
No, League of Extraordinary. Yeah, yes. Okay, cool.
Steve Ukraine's.
Yeah,
Not seen this.
I just sent you another one.
Oh.
And I have I'm writing one for Good Burger. Because I felt like I have to do one for Good Burger because
Did I give you that
movie.
VHS? I think I did.
Yes,
because
yes,
it's an
you
orange
did.
tape.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
So I did. I'm finished Disorderlies. I shared it with you, Larry, and I had so many ideas, so I immediately started writing my Good Burger one. So I started writing the Good Burger one.
Nice.
And then, what was I going to? Oh, and then I'm going to do one for Existence.
Oh yeah,
which
Cronenberg.
is my not my favorite Cronenberg, but I feel it's the one that people probably missed.
I always get existence. I can't. How do you say it? Existence. Existence.
Existence.
with Strange Days kind of confused in my head. Like
It's
they're on the
kind of
same
movie.
VHS in my head.
Kind of the same movie. Kind of the same thing. You know, one's a little more technology, record your memories, and the other one is a video game. So, anyway, I guess you could read my article and find out.
Is one more gooey than the other?
Yeah, well, the Cronenberg one is all like the Cronenberg one, everything is wet. It's like
Yes, slimy.
I don't know how to describe it, but it just feels like everything is wet.
No, that was perfect.
Okay. What else news today? Oh, I know you know, Larry, but I'll ask you, Mark. Mark, do you know who Julian Glover is?
No.
Larry, obviously you know who Julian Glover is.
Yeah, he's the guy that went walking off into the woods, right?
No. That's Julian Sands. That's
Julian
that's
the
the warlock.
Glover, then he's one of the Lex Luthers. No,
Hold on. I will show you a picture of him. I know you know who he is.
maybe he's in Babylon 5. Yeah, I know. That's a weird character actor whose name I know from seeing it in the credits all the time, but he's a chameleon, so I have no clear idea of what he looks like, other than he's British.
Julian Glover.
Okay.
Well, anyway, he turned 90 yesterday, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I didn't realize he was still alive. But when
Walter Donovan,
yes, from Last Crusade.
Yeah.
So he's in Last Crusade. He's in Star Wars. He's in a James Bond movie. He's in He voices something in Harry Potter. He was on Doctor Who, and he's
one of the few background characters in Star Wars that gets a full arc
and name. Well,
yeah,
I mean,
like he just happens to be next to Vader when Vader's like, "All right, well, you're in charge now." He's like,
"Fuck." The crazy part is, and he was also on Game of Thrones. He's like in like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, James Bond, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, and Doctor Who. Like, he's got to be the only. I was trying to do the list. I was like, Christopher Lee is pretty close, but like, I mean, I don't know if Christopher Lee hits. I don't know. Christopher Lee wasn't in any of the Jones, at least not that I'm aware of. But it's like, Christopher Lee's in Star Wars. Christopher Lee's in James Bond. Christopher Lee, I guess he's in Lord of the Rings. Huh. Anyway, it was just like crazy. I was like, first off, the guy's still alive. That's crazy. And then it was like I just started looking at his filmography, and I was like, I guess if you're 90, I guess you would have touched a lot of stuff. But like to think that you kind of, maybe that's a question for you, Larry. Do you think that there's a lot of actors that have done like that would have been in the like the early Star Wars movies that would have also been in like Doctor Who?
Oh, dang. Well, there's the obvious one, like Peter Cushing played Doctor Who in the films, which is controversial, but kind of not anymore.
Right.
That was I won't be able to think of other guys, but yeah, that makes total sense, right? I mean, old British guys.
Right.
I mean, those are the guys who are available at the time that have been kicking around for yeah. Okay, and yeah, Megaseg, of course. Jeremy Bulloch was in Doctor Who, so that's your Boba Fett.
The only one I ever remembered in my head was when I started thinking about it was Blessed Porkins. I'm pretty sure he was in Doctor Who. I'm 99% sure he was in Doctor Who.
Makes all the sense in the world.
But I was like, I didn't think there would be that many, but I was also like, okay, well, like maybe there are.
Top men. Well, then we clearly came to the right person.
Oh yeah, man, that makes me want to see that movie again.
Okay. Okay, there's a page. Actors and crew who were in Doctor Who and Star Wars on a Star Wars page.
Oh
holy shit, God. It's insane. It's very long. I had no idea.
I had no idea it would be so much.
Well, good work for everybody back in late 70s England.
And Porkins was in Raiders. That's true. Yes. Well, yeah, Tennant. David Tennant. Huh.
What? What about him?
David Tennant's not in Star Wars.
Says he is Hyang. He's the voice of.
Oh, okay. Cartoons.
I guess they
Oh.
count. I don't know.
No, I'm not live actionist in public. I'm just explaining why I didn't know that.
No, yes, I have no idea. I had no idea. I'm not. No,
Yeah.
no. I was not shaming you in any way.
See, I didn't. I just think I'm insulting everyone. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, how about
All
how about David Prowse was in it? He played the Minotaur in Doctor Who. So I guess it's kind of a lot.
Oh,
of
that's
people.
cool.
That's pretty sharp.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. Now that's what I'm gonna spend my evening looking at. That'll be fun.
Steve, get off the computer. It's 4 a.m.
Yeah. I mean, and it's funny because I have my mom and my aunt here, and they're gonna be like, Steve's still in the garage typing away. What the hell's going on in there?
Yeah.
And I'm just like making my list of Doctor Who, Star Wars people that.
Lauren, do you have any more red yarn?
yeah. Next week you're gonna see the lines of. That's awesome. The mailroom. I love that. That show to me is one that I don't know if I could sit and watch an episode anymore, but I can watch clips of it for the rest of eternity.
Yes.
What show is that?
That's
It's Always Sunny.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay. Yeah.
There's the one where he's in the mailroom, and
I've seen the meme. Yeah.
yeah. There's like it's like a 5-minute skit, and it's just so brilliant. Anyway,
Happy Sylvia.
yeah, that's because he can't read. It's just like so stupid. Happy Sylvia. It keeps on. The mail keeps on coming. And then he's.
That's pretty cool.
That's crazy.
All I ever read in the American press as a teen when that shit was coming out is, hey, this guy was the Green Cross man, which is really funny because that's what they call crossing guards in England, American kids. And it was like, no, he was in Clockwork Orange. He was in, anyway.
Well, then he was like a muscle man, if I remember correctly. But I think most of those actors in the beginning, like he wasn't Sean Connery even like a bodybuilder in the very, very beginning. I think Prowse. That's why Prowse
about him
Prowse
before
was just,
the Leprechaun movie.
wait, what?
Darby O'Gill and the Little People. You ever see that?
Yes.
I did.
That
yeah,
I don't know anything about him before that.
Brigadoon. Sorry. Larry, I told you I started watching Shrinking, right?
Ah, yes. I tried to say that's a gut punch of a show.
Yeah.
Which would have been a really solid sentence if it hadn't autocorrected to something hilarious. I forget what it was, but it was like made no sense. And I was like, yeah, I wonder if I'm really conveying like, what it's worth taking the shots from that show for like the honest, I don't know, commentary on life or whatever you call it that they're doing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
also,
so yeah,
Harrison Ford just being the best Harrison Ford I've seen in years.
Yeah, man, I'm out of superlatives on that show. It's great. Yeah, I don't want to run it for you because you just started. So
yeah, I just finished season 1.
There you go. Walker Young says
there
that.
You go.
That show on television. Anyway, agreed. Are you enjoying it so far?
Hell yeah! So even Jez and I are both head over heels for it. It's just Harrison Ford is just so perfect. He's perfect.
It's a weird thing to say. Are you enjoying that show? Right? Because, but I'm glad you took that the way I meant it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're so right about Ford.
I'm tired of TV shows where I'm watching it and I say, all this would be resolved in one sentence if someone just said the thing that they should say. And this show is just full of people being like, no, I'm just going to say it right now and squash that in the butt. I'm like, oh, great. Like, I think her name is Jessica Williams, the woman who drives Ford to work every day. Like, everything she says is perfect. She is me if I was in a show where I didn't want any bullshit.
So
Nice.
you mean they don't do the meet the parents bullshit where it's like
Yeah.
any normal person would be like, sorry, I'm not gonna put up with this bullshit. So I'm
Yeah,
out.
your family is full
Your
of
family
psychos.
is- Right.
I'm gonna leave. No, I'm just gonna stay there for a weekend and get totally mentally
Right. Right.
decimated on every level.
I've that is the closest I've ever come to walking out of a movie is in that movie, Meet the Parents, ironically.
Yeah.
My premise to that, Larry, is exactly Mark's point. Like, I can't deal with someone dealing with something that any normal person would say, like, no, I am not going to deal with. Like, I'm not putting up with this. Like, I don't know you. Like, I'm not putting up with this. Like, if anyone,
your parents invited your ex-boyfriend and he's super competitive and we're playing volleyball in the pool. No, I'm just gonna sit this one out.
Actually, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna leave. I don't think I care enough. But anyway,
I'm a proud
shrinking
fucker.
is good. Shrinking is very, very good.
Yeah.
From what you guys are saying. That's cool.
Yeah. And The Pit. I don't know if anyone's watching The Pit. I don't know how y'all feel about medical dramas. We talked about it a few times, but peak TV.
I'm not a doctor guy. I'm sorry. That's boring.
Yeah.
I mean, on my part, not that it's a very exciting genre. The last, you know what? I will say, I love the live ER that they did. Were you guys old enough to see that? Well, during the heyday of ER, they had enough attention to pull this stunt that they did it live. They did an hour-long live thing that was it was basically in two beds in the emergency room. So all the action went back and forth with two beds.
Yeah.
But they did it all live on the East Coast, had to clean up the set and did it live. They had an hour, I guess, right?
Yeah.
2 hours to clean. And then they did it again live for the West Coast. So there's wildly subtle differences. Anyway, so I was really into that.
Yeah. I get
but
it.
That was like what? The late 80s or early 90s?
90s, yeah.
I don't know.
90s? When is ER? Is ER 80s?
Steve was quizzing me about what 5 years ago was.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Live ER ambush. 1997. Not really that long ago.
90s.
Wow. ER was on, and that was the 70th episode, though. September 25th, 1997.
Huh.
We'd be working in the comic book store, Mark, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not.
Mimi and I had been married for a year.
Yes.
Anyway.
I agree with the Mark. If we just get one season, it's all I need. It's perfect.
Oh, The Pit?
Yeah. But I will say, to bring this back into a territory that I think you would like, Larry, is that we watched The Pit. Jez and I went our separate ways. We came back. Jez was working, and I wanted to just put something on in the background. So I put on Fallen Skies, which I don't know if you ever saw. It's the Noah Wyle alien invasion movie that came out on TV show on TBS like 15 years ago.
No, but that's awesome.
It's terrible.
Starring Moon Bloodgood from John Carter.
Wow.
Yeah,
How did I not know about that?
William, what's his name?
Wait, she's not from John Carter. That's Lily Collins.
That's her. She was Terminator Salvation.
Right.
Yes.
Will Patton's in it?
Yeah.
And Doug Jones is in it? All right. Oh, of course they have the people in the costumes and stuff like that, if I remember right.
Larry, you've never seen this show? I was so excited to be like, Larry, I'm finally watching your favorite show from 1997.
No, man. Like I said, I'd been married for a year or so. Things were a little hectic in my life. I wasn't really doing.
Executive produced by Spielberg.
Yeah.
What year is this?
Basic premise. It starts off with, aliens came, kicked our ass. Now we're like gorilla living in the cracks of their, new society. And Noah Wyle is a former history teacher who's trying to lead a rebellion. I don't know. And Moon Bloodgood is a doctor, and it's
5 seasons, dude. 5
I know.
seasons.
Well, we got through 2 episodes, and Jez was like, "This is a long movie." I'm like, "Oh dear boy, this is a TV show."
Can I throw in something in
Yes.
my defense and or explanation? You know that show, The Colony, with Josh Holloway from Lost?
Yes.
Yes.
That's all I know about that show. So I think I think
There's probably a handful of these, is what you're saying.
Falling Skies, it kind of falls in that category. I think that, like, yeah, okay, now that you mention it, I remember some ads. Oh yeah, one of the guys from ER was in it. Yeah. That's it. I didn't really have an idea of even what that was.
52 episodes.
Huh.
52 episodes.
You know what? All of those people have no idea what Astronauts in Trouble is. So
Okay. Colony is
I feel
created
like
by
I'm returning the favor.
Colony is created by the one of the Lost guys, Carlton Coos. Is that how you say his name? Arthur
Yes.
Carlton Coos or whatever it is.
Yeah, I
Now I'm
get
trying
it.
to find. There was another show that came that I
The 4400 is also one of those shows for me. I
Yeah.
know that has something to do with like time travel, or it's the number of people that some event happened to, that they're alien abductees or some shit. That's it. I'm sorry.
That has 44 episodes. Jesus Christ. Sorry. You got like 210 episodes of like The Colony, The 4400, and Falling Skies.
The Colony was the one I was looking up. Also,
Oh, okay.
All right, right on. It's not just me.
Wait, with
Yeah, but it's just, man, there's only so much time in the day, right? I think about that all the time, but in a positive way, where like I think in Black Sails and Last Ship, like nothing on those 2 shows scream Larry on it until you like watch the first one, and it's like, oh, this is Pirate Star Trek. And then, oh, this is future Star Trek. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Black Sails, 38 episodes.
Oh,
Jesus
dude,
Christ. I don't have enough. There's not enough time in the day. What was it? And then there's the
yeah.
train one that you always used to talk to me about.
Hell on Wheels. Yeah.
How many?
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'd watch that first. That show's very rewarding.
Yeah. And then The Last Ship.
Which I know you guys love.
Yeah.
Hell on Wheels, 57 episodes. Or what was the other one? The Last Ship? How many episodes? I don't have this much time. This is why I need like that brain.
Hey, we converted Sagasag. No lie. When they kill. So first of all, the cool thing about Black Sails is, listen to this pitch. Hey, I'm Michael Bay. I want to do a pirate movie thing. And some guy goes, okay, let's take real history and some characters from Treasure Island and just match it all in there and do a soap opera. And they're like, by the time that guy finished talking, they had built one of the exterior ships. And it's just so perfect. And so if you know Long John Silver and that stuff, it's awesome. But if you know anything about pirates, anyway, I'm glad Chris is watching it, so I can say I legit was mad when they hung Charles Vane, even though I know that's a particular bit of historical fact, right? I knew it was coming, but I was legit involved. I was like, well, that's a bummer, Which it's funny because I never do that. Unless it's a Star Trek or something.
Yeah.
By the way, is there any Star Trek on TV right now?
That's why I said that. There is no Star Trek in anyone's life.
Nothing. There's nothing on?
No.
Nope. Yeah. It's a combination of the strike and the Rona and all that. So
interesting.
Great.
What a good note to go out on.
Well, is there any Star Trek on the horizon at all, or no?
Peace out.
Is there any
Strange
Trek?
New World season 3 is close.
I'm following this guy called I don't know, some YouTube guy. If you said it, I'd remember. It's like Photon Disturbance or something, but he's this British guy, seems pretty up on stuff. And today I just heard him say that the Strange New Worlds is backed up now because they had to do reshoots to make it less woke. Now, like, why are people saying stuff like that, even if it's true?
Just
Yeah.
It's like, just, Anyway, so that's why I'm like, it's not, Star Trek isn't even fun anymore. So I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Kirk's still alive though, but that's
I like their uniforms.
Ooh, ranks on the sleeves. Don't know about that.
Speaking of which, how is the sewing? Are you still taking the sewing classes, or is that?
It was just this one thing to refresh us with how the things work. Walker Young, come on, Walker, look at this.
Are we gonna get a sneak peek of the helmet?
Yeah, he's got the lenses in. There he is.
Oh wow, dude, that looks sick.
Oh,
Very shiny. I know it's not great lighting, but
Yeah.
I heard you guys talking about Star Trek, and I knew it was almost over.
Nice
I
job.
always wrap
Paolo.
up on Star Trek.
That was awesome.
oh, speaking of which, did Walker happen to read my Beowulf article? He don't have to, but do you know if he did?
I'm not sure because this is. Hey Walker,
Yeah.
you didn't have a chance to read Steve's Beowulf article, right?
No, no,
Yeah,
Okay.
School's kind of slamming him.
I got it.
Because,
Yeah, no worries.
Because
I-
today he has off.
Because less of that. I'm more of
Army Street Day. or
can he
something.
see that movie? That's mostly why I was asking.
Oh,
Where is that playing?
Did you say it's $3 on Apple TV or something?
Is it? I hope so. God,
Thought I
I'm looking
Thought I
up right now.
remembered that.
Yeah, well, Amazon. $3 on
On
Amazon. Okay.
Hey Walker, Mark Finn loves that helmet. He can I quote?
Yay.
He says it's badass. I don't know if you heard of Mark. That was the highest compliment a teenager can say.
Yeah.
Is like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Cool. Dope. All right, gentlemen.
Anyway,
It's a good
That's
segue. I think.
402.
a blast
Yeah.
as always. Yeah, no news.
Okay.
Not
Bye.
really looking forward to anything. 'Cause I'm going to be hanging out with Walker Young for a week, doing cool adventures. So
You're gonna go see the working beekeeper man.
I want to go see Mickey 17.
Oh, okay.
You
Oh,
saw that,
all
Mark, right?
I did. Yes.
Yeah. So
Not. I mean, I liked it, but the reviews online are making me think that
Yeah, I
you
don't
didn't
like
like
it.
it.
You
I
wait.
don't
You
care.
didn't like it? You
I
like
did.
it.
so
I
let me
enjoyed
ask
it,
you. Let me ask you this question. You saw Moon with Sam Rockwell, right?
Yeah.
So if you like that kind of movie, you probably like Mickey 17, right?
100%.
All right. That's all I'm looking for. So excellent. I can't wait. I'm gonna
Nice. Well, then we'll have
I'm
something
gonna
to talk
go
about
see
next week. That'll be cool. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think I have a boot copy of it.
Oh yeah.
Of
All
Yeah.
right.
I
course
think
you
I
do.
do. What was I just?
Of course you did. No. Shh.
What was I just copying now?
Okay, bye.
All right, buddy. No, I
Once
was
we get
trying
to the point where we're just watching Steve stare at a screen, I'm like,
No, yeah, that's boring. Never mind. No. Awesome. All right,
all
gentlemen.
right, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks for
everybody.
listening.
Should we take out our driver's licenses and compare all, see which ones are real IDs?
Yeah.
Bastards.
No.
Oh.
Awesome.